Una's parents, you are gone today. They are definitely going to hate me, just like Jungkook, they thought, and looked toward Namjoon. Knowing his anxious state, he was trying to tell him to relax. Through his eyes, he wiped off the sweat from his forehead and come forward. There were an elegant woman and a man sitting in front of him. Hello. They said hesitantly, mentally cursing Jungkook for leaving him in that situation without any notice. He could inform me on the way he thought. So, you are Jungkook's wife, she said with a glassy eyes, and shifted her glance toward Jungkook, who was standing there with a straight face. Stay happy. Taehyung took a deep breath to relax his throbbing heart. They don't hate you, he told himself several times. Come, sit with us, Taehyung, Auntie said, patting the empty space on the sofa beside her. Sorry, we couldn't attend your wedding. We went out for the country. At that time, Aunt said and looked at Taehyung. It's okay, Aunt. You're here at that moment. That's what mattered the most. They replied with an assuring smile that sensed the hurt in Auntie's tone. Auntie looked at Ayn carefully and said with admiration, Don't you think Ayn needs a carbon copy of Una? Except her eyes. These are from Jungkook. You're right. I still remember baby Una. We don't even notice how quickly the time passes, Mom replied. But her habits are almost like Jungkook, naughty and lively, like her father. Mom said, naughty and lively. And Jungkook, seriously? He said, unbelievably. They thought Dad and Uncle was talking to each other. Jungkook was also involved in that conversation. At first, they think they excused himself and went to the kitchen to help house helpers. Uncle, your tea, Taehyung said with a smile and handed a cup of tea to Uncle. Oh son, our son make an amazing tea, I must tell you. Dad said in admiration, that's one of the two things I can make. So, it must be perfect. They said, make everyone laugh and everyone was having their tea except Jungkook. They poured tea for himself and for him as well. Turned his face toward him and asked, Sugar? One, he replied. She nodded and handed him the cup. By taking advantage of the guest, he took Ayn for him because he knew he couldn't deny him in front of them and sat beside Auntie. With a look, he was playing with Ayn when Auntie said, looking at them, I'm so happy for Ayn. At least she is in good hands. Please, stay in Korea and your Ayn grandsons as well. You should see her grown up, Mom said to Auntie. We are trying, but what should we do? No matter how much we try to, doesn't allow us to live a normal life. Everything and everyone remind us of what we lost, Auntie said, the pain in her voice bore, and they feel a pang of hurt for them. He took Auntie's hand and kissed him lovingly. I know, your loss is irreplaceable, but please Auntie, for the sake of Ayn, both of you need to be strong. Your mini Una is here, and she needs you, they said with that utmost respect and sincerity. Auntie nodded her head and tear-filled eyes with a smile. My elder daughter, who is a now only child, lives in New Zealand with her husband and two kids. After Una's sudden death, we left the country because everything around us refreshed the pain. It felt like she will come and hug me out of nowhere, Aunt said to Taehyung with a cracked and low voice. Taehyung, please son, take care of Jungkook and I request you, she added. No Auntie, please don't say that. You can order me, not request. I'll take care of them. Don't worry, they replied looking at Ayn, who was still holding Auntie one hand. And after some time, Uncle and Aunt were got up to take a leave, and a lot of insistence by the Jones. They don't stay for the dinner. Next time, Uncle said to Dad, and everyone was standing outside the house. See off the guest. Auntie hugged Taehyung and then Jungkook. She took Jungkook's hand and placed Taehyung's hand in it, starting both of them. I just want to see you both of them happy and together. For the sake of fine, may Almighty keep you happy and safe together, Auntie said in a voice with emotions. They checked the mobile screen, which shows several missed calls. For Jimin and Mr. Kim, they face-palmed himself. Oh, I forgot to inform Jimin. He quickly dialed his number. Oh, sir, did you get free now? Jimin said angrily. Jimin, no, don't tell me. You didn't get time, Taehyung. If your husband cannot live without you, even for a single night, you should inform me. They huffed. Listen, I'm at Kim's home, he said, and they keep quiet. Will you explain your action, Mr. John, Taehyung, or I'm getting angry for nothing? Jimin started. Sorry, Shim. Please forgive me, Taehyung said. You betrayed me. It's your loss, and I'm staying at your home tonight. And guess what? We are going out for dinner. Oh, and we would have to eat your favorite ice cream without you. You bad. Jimin teased him. Jimin, you're so mean, Taehyung said, and Jimin just juggled. Give me your phone to Appa. I want to talk to him. They talked to his dad and assure him that everything is okay and promise him that he will come back soon to see him. They recalled Grandma's word and thought, she's right. It's been almost a month since I got married, but the situation is still the same. I try my best to make things work. He signed. The air moist and the far from the flesh filled. It's been exhaled in one face. The direct rays of the sun was burning his eyes so much that he had to block the sun by his hand. He was walking toward the car as fast, please, they explained in happiness. He saw Namjoon was sitting on the driving seat and climbed into the car. Namjoon replied with a smile as he hid his eyes before the dark shades and started the car. I thought driver has come to pick me up. He's gone out of city with mom and dad that might come late at night. You don't know this, he said with eyebrows, and they faced from himself and said, it slipped out of my mind. This week it's been so insane, you know. It's okay, he replied understandingly. Thank God midterm exams are finally over. Now I'll take much needed rest. They signed and relieved and lay back on the seat. How did it go? He asked.